Hey all, today we are going to discuss about systemic complications of local anesthesia. So any drug which is administered into the human body would have desirable actions as well as undesirable actions too. Right? So local anesthetics are basically safe drugs when used as recommended. However, it has a potential for unwanted and undesirable responses in the human body too. So we should be cautious while administering local anesthesia inside the human body, right? So there are few principles about it. Number one is no drug ever exerts a single action. So basically every drug administered in the human body would have desirable as well as undesirable actions, right? Or responses inside the human body, right? Secondly, no clinically useful drug is entirely devoid of toxicity. So all drugs are capable of producing harm if handled improperly, right? But if handled safely, it would have normal reactions or desirable actions, right? The third principle is the potential of toxicity of a drug rests in the hands of the user, right? So before administering any drug, the doctor must ask patient specific questions about his or her medical and drug history, right? So to be cautious about it. Now, there are three systemic complications of administering local anesthesia inside the human body, right? So, the first one is overdose or toxic reaction, the second one is the allergy, and the third one is idiosyncrasy, right? So, the overdose is also known as toxic reaction, which is basically defined as those clinical signs and symptoms that result from an overly high blood level of a drug in various target organs and tissues, right? Allergy is basically a hypersensitive reaction or the hypersensitive state acquired through exposure to a particular allergen, which is manifested as fever, angioedema, urticaria, dermatitis, etc. etc. Right? And the third one is idiosyncrasy, which is basically defined as the hypersensitive reactions which are seen inside the human body that differs from its usual pharmacological actions, right? That's why it is known as idiosyncrasy, which is not an overdose reaction, not an allergy as well. Now to compare between allergy and overdose. So allergy is basically always produced by an exaggerated response of the patient's immune system. So it is basically non-dose related, whereas overdose is dose related, right? Allergy will be manifested as same fever, angioedema, urticaria, dermatitis, right? So these clinical signs and symptoms would be same and would not be dependent upon the allergen, whereas the overdose reaction is always related to the pharmacological actions of the drug, right? Now we will discuss about each systemic complication one by one. So the first one is overdose. Overdose is basically defined as those clinical signs and symptoms that result from an overly high blood level of a drug in various target organs and tissues. So basically there is high blood levels of that drug, right? Therefore hitting our target organs and tissues, right? So above a threshold level, if the drug is increased inside our blood or the target organs, right, it would produce harmful or undesirable reactions or effects in our body, right? So this is basically an overdose, right? Now we will discuss about the predisposing factors, or you can say the risk factors of producing overdose or toxic reactions inside the human body, right? So the risk factors are related to patient as well as drug administered too, right? So the first one is the patient factors, in which the first factor is age. So the individual at both the ends of age spectrum experience a higher incidence of such reaction, right? So the elderly patients would have higher risk as well as the very young children, under the age of 10, you can say, are having higher risk of producing these overdose reactions, right? Now the second factor is weight. So the greater the body weight of the patient, the larger amount of dose can be tolerated before overdose reactions, right? So it is very important to calculate the correct amount of drug which should be administered inside the human body, right? So for that there is MRDs, right? So MRDs is basically maximum recommended doses of local anesthetics, right? So the maximum recommended doses of local anesthetics normally are calculated on the basis of milligrams of drug per kg, right, or pounds of body weight, depending upon totally upon the body weight of the individual. Now the next factor is other medications. So few medications will cause the biotransformation of local anesthetics, basically the lignocaine or lidocaine you can say, slower, right? So causing the increased levels of lignocaine inside the blood, right? So blood levels of local anesthetics will be increased due to these medications, right, after administering such medications such as phenytoin, quinidine, right, etc., etc. Now the next factor is sex. So in human body, only at few conditions, or you can say a few instances, the human body will react differently, right? So in such cases such as pregnancy, the females will react or to the local anesthetics differently, you can say. There is a cause behind it, because during pregnancy renal function may be disturbed, right, leading to impaired excretion of certain drugs, therefore increasing the risk of overdose reactions. So at this stage, right, that is pregnancy, the individual is basically very sensitive, the body is very sensitive due to decreased renal functions, right, or impaired excretions of certain drugs, causing its level inside the blood to be increased, right? So blood level of local anesthetics will be increased in these conditions only. Now the next factor is presence of disease. So if you can say that if our heart is not working properly, or the kidneys are not working properly, or the liver is not working properly, so it would lead to impaired excretion or the circulation or the biotransformation of the drugs, right, at the proper time, which would lead to increased levels of these drugs inside our blood, causing overdosage, right? So the conditions or diseases such as heart diseases, or you can say heart conditions, or liver and renal impairment, right? Now the next factor is genetic. So in this, a serum pseudocholinesterase is a enzyme which is present in our body. A deficiency of this enzyme can lead to serious complications. So this enzyme is basically responsible for biotransforming the ester local anesthetics, right? So a deficiency of this enzyme can prolong the half-life of an local anesthetic, basically an ester local anesthetic, thereby increasing the blood level of the drug or the local anesthetic, right, causing overdosage, right? So the last patient factor is mental attitude of the patient or the individual and the environment, right? So a patient's psychological attitude influences the ultimate effect of overall drug, right? So a patient who generally overreacts to stimulation is more likely to receive a larger doses of local anesthetics, right? Which would increase the risk of overdosage, right? Now the drug factors or drug risk factors, you can say the predisposing factors. So the first one is vasoactivity. So all the local anesthetics which are administered in dentistry, which are used, right, are vasodilators, right? So and these vasodilators or these local anesthetics are injected inside our soft tissue, So the perfusion is increased, right, causing the administration of local anesthetic inside our cardiovascular system, right? So this may cause the increased risk of producing overdose reaction, right? Because the amount of this local anesthetic is increased inside our blood. Now the next factor is concentration of the drug. So concentration is basically the amount of drug, you can say, inside the solution. So it is basically mg per ml of solution, right? So in 1.8 ml of a 4% solution would have a greater amount of drug, that is around 72 mg, but 1.8 ml of a 2% solution would have a lesser amount of drug, that is 36 mgs. So lesser the concentration, lesser the risk factor. More the concentration, more would be the risk factor of overdosage, right? Now the next factor is dose. So dose is basically the larger the volume of a local anesthetic administered, the greater the number of mg per ml, right, would be increased, therefore increasing the amount of local anesthetic drug inside the blood. So therefore there will be an increased chances of overdose reaction. Now the next factor is route of administration. Though we give local anesthetic to block the nerves, right, we give nerve blocks, but sometimes, or you can say the accidental cases, what happens, we give local anesthetic directly inside our blood vessels, or we administer the local anesthetic directly inside our cardiovascular system, causing higher risk of producing overdose reactions, right? So extremely high drug levels can be obtained in a short time due to these inadvertent intravascular injections, leading to serious overdose reactions basically, right? Also we use topical anesthetics. These are also having potential of producing overdose reaction. Why? Because they are easily absorbed via mucous membrane, right? So lidocaine HCl and tetracaine HCl are absorbed well after topical application to mucous membrane, right? Also there is benzocaine topical anesthetic which is used, and it is not water soluble, so it is poorly absorbed inside our CVS, right? It is poorly absorbed. So next is the rate of injection. So rate of injection should be very slow, right? Even if we have accidentally injected the local anesthetic drug inside our blood vessels, right, or we have given intravascular injection accidentally and it is very slow, the risk of overdose reaction are very low, you can say. But if the rate of injection is very fast, that is 15 seconds or less, then the chances of getting overdose reactions are very high, or you can say it is gonna happen, right? Next factor is vascularity of the injection site. So higher would be the vascularity of the injection site, higher will be the absorption of drug inside our CVS, right, and higher will be the risk of producing overdose reaction. So the oral cavity is the most highly vascular area of the entire body, so the risk of producing overdosage reaction is higher in this area, that is oral cavity, right? The next factor is presence of vasoconstrictors, right? So due to the presence of this vasoconstrictor in local anesthetic solution, it produces a decrease in perfusion, right? Decrease in perfusion in that particular area, right? So there will be a decreased rate of systemic absorption of that drug, right? So the chances of overdose is decreased basically, right?